Hey guys, we're back on another project with the camper. So this time we're going to be working on the interior on the kitchen part itself. So we've got this 1/4-inch plywood countertop that we've been using as kind of the main work area for the camper for a while. And it's worked out okay, but it's time to upgrade that to an actual countertop and install a sink. So today we're going to be removing this countertop. I have a panel that I bought from the hardware store that's kind of a pre-made tabletop. I'm going to cut that to size, and then we're going to cut in the sink and hopefully get all this mounted soon. But wanted to show you this process of how we're kind of finishing off the kitchen part of our camper here. So anyways, let's get started. Alright, so this is the panel from the hardware store. It's a 1-inch thick, 24 by 48 inch tabletop basically here. And so all it is looks like it's 1 by 6 or 2 by 6 that they secure together and plane down to make it nice and level. This may be cheating a little bit, and I like to make things from scratch a good bit, but this saves me a whole lot of time. It was $28 is well worth the time that I would have to have spent to put this together, and I couldn't get it so nice with, I don't have a planer and things like that. So I went ahead and bought this. So what I'm going to use is the old countertop with the plywood, and it's the same dimension. Basically, it's a little bit less than 24, so I'll just keep it at 24. But this way I can get the cuts made here, the notch that goes around the cabinet over here on this side. So I'm just going to trace this out with the old countertop, and then probably cut it a little large, so kind of go a little bit not up to the line really when I'm doing my cuts, and then I can take it in and go back and forth and kind of get it nice and to fit really tight in there. And then we're gonna figure out where we're gonna put the sink, so I can cut the hole for the sink, and then we'll start staining it, clear coating it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some measurements first, or some drawing on it first. Okay, well, actually it fits on the first try. I cut it a little big, thinking I would trim it some more, but looks like it's gonna fit. So here, I'll take you a little closer in. So here's the notch that I had to cut out. It fits pretty good. I'm probably actually gonna put a piece of trim along here anyway, and caulk that seam with some clear caulk, just because the sink is gonna be here and I don't want anything to kind of running down the side. So I have this little notch that comes out the front, or out the side, and then here's along the front here, as I'm running into things. So here's the other corner. So yeah, fits pretty good. So now I have to determine where I'm going to put the sink. All right, so we're going to put the sink. We're going to put the sink right about here on this side of the counter. And I'm going to put the sink down. I ended up just cleaning it off and taking the pipes off that were already here. Just going to redo those. We don't want to have it in the middle. We're trying to save space. So I think we're going to put it on this side, maybe a little towards the front, to leave some room for the faucet in the back. The faucet is going to be this simple little thing. All right, so now that we got the hole cut in the countertop and I've measured for where the sink cuts have got to be to the cabinet below, it's time to kind of dress up the countertop some more. So the first thing we got to do is round over the edges of the counter. So that's just the edges that you're going to kind of touch and rub up against. And so it's the very front here and this one side that's kind of by the refrigerator in our camper. So I'm just going to use a router, and the only round over bit that I have is this 1/4 inch one. So it's not a nice big one like you would normally have for like a regular countertop. You know, they're 3/4 inch or something, a nice gradual round over, but this one is just what I got. So I'm gonna use this router to cut the kind of the edge off this countertop, and then we're gonna be sanding it down. It's already fairly smooth, so I'm probably just gonna use 120 first, and then we'll kind of finish it off with about 220, and then we'll start staining it. So let's get going with this. All right, guys, thanks for sticking around for this video. We ended up on a hot, sticky night here in Georgia, so it's good to get done and get in the air conditioning. So we got this countertop put in place. So in this video, you were able to see the tabletop just from the store. You know, no changes to it. I cut it to size of what we needed, cut the sink hole out so we can get the sink in there, and then stained it with some, I think it was pecan wood, you know, color stain, and then we clear coated it with some polyurethane sealer. So I did 5 coats of that, and I sanded it down with 400 grit sandpaper in that process. So got it installed, was able to screw it from underneath, and then put some caulking around where the sink goes, sit the sink down, put some plumber's putty where the drain is, and then put the drain and screwed it in from underneath. So all that's kind of ready to go. Now I have to install the drain lines to the main drain for the camper, and I don't have the trap yet, so I gotta go get that from the store. And also the faucet part is coming in the mail, so I haven't got that yet either. So we'll be drilling a hole in the countertop and then putting that faucet in there and connecting the hot and cold lines. So that'll be on another video, but for now we have a countertop and a sink put in the camper. So appreciate you sticking around, and we'll see you on the next one.